with Tina Nzuki.
And Dunko.
My name is Tina Nzuki, and I have my guest with me in the studio this morning, a fantastic man who's been a friend forever, plays basketball, injures himself once in a while, and, he's also a runner. He's our jogger. He's our Pearl. We actually own him. He's our Pearl jogger. See, many of us will not jog at Pearl, so he does the jogging for us, and we sit here and try to lose our calories, which is not true, but hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Now you got to pull that towards you so that everybody can get to hear you. That's fantastic. Aya. So do you want to go, do you run with Amos or Amos? That has always been an issue, and you know that. So a lot of people hear
Amos is fine.
Amos is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Amos. Amos Ngahu is a financial guru. That's what I call him. When it comes to money, he even looks like money. When you take a look at it, by the way, live on www.pearlradio.co.ke. He looks like money. You do know the color purple has to do with wealth. It's a color that's kept or symbolizes wealth, or is kept for kings. You do know that.
The word is royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa, now you know. But that is not purple, that's lavered. But it's okay.
Sorry, I didn't do yellow.
You did. In honor of Tina. Man. But thank you for taking time to show up here, because there is a generation that does not understand or see the need to, first of all, save, because they are either entitled or come from a rich family, or they don't have a job, or if they do, they're more like, I'm living day to day to day. And then there's another part of that generation that is really, that has been brought up in a place of you have to save, but they don't know why. And then there's an entire generation that is not thinking of retirement, and they don't care.
Yeah.
So I did get a few questions from a few people this morning, the 26s and the 28s, asking, why in the world would you want us to think of retirement now? So my first question to you, Amos, would be, do you save, and have you been saving? Because I know you're a financial guru, but you'll be surprised.
Well, let's even talk about the recent, and thank you for having me, by the way. Let's talk about the recent effects of COVID.
Okay.
And one of the biggest lessons I learned is that savings are overrated.
Savings are overrated?
Yes.
Why would you say
because
that?
Because guys in my field, we normally tell people, have a buffer for at least 6 months.
A buffer.
Yeah,
okay.
6 months worth of your expenses. And so you save up, you have your rent for 6 months, you have your expenses for 6 months.
Yes.
But COVID has been here for more than
6 months. It's a year now.
So it rained, and the 6 months were over. So what happens? What happens to your savings? And I learned one of the best things that you can do for yourself, whether you're planning for retirement, is having a passive income.
Passive income?
Yes, an income away from your regular job, your regular business.
Okay.
Something that can actually be able to meet some of your recurrent expenses.
Would you say that some people, if they had an income and COVID, because COVID showed up, they actually put their hand in the cookie jar? That has been tampered with?
Yes. Not tampered, destroyed.
Destroyed?
Yes. You haven't heard of those funny memes that every time I save for a rainy day, it rains the following day.
I know. That's a good one.
And that has been the thing, especially with COVID. You have savings, but you realize everything is used up. So really, it really has to work. You have to pick a vehicle that will work for you.
Yes.
Because some people may not even retire. You see, we are talking about there are various aspects here. Here you might have someone who's in business, someone who's never been employed.
Correct.
They started business at 18. They will
continue business
all their lives, and they can't stop.
Unless they hand over to their next of kin.
Even when they hand over, they will still be
part of the business. So they never quite retire.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you'll find there are people who are in employment.
Right.
Someone has worked in let's say, as a very good example is a teacher.
Okay.
Someone has just got into the teaching career. They've been they've shared in the village. They've been posted by TSC, and they're doing very well. And you find this person may retire at 60.
Okay.
So they have no choice. They have to save up something, but not just save up. There's something you raised, that there are people who save and they don't know why they are saving.
Yes.
They'd rather not save.
If you're saving and you don't know why you're saving, you'd rather not save.
Yeah.
Tumesaidia nani?
Atusaidi. I mean, what are you doing with the money? Haven't you ever seen there's some people who save up or they have savings? And let me give you a classic example. There's a friend of mine who does, what do you call it? This kind of business that you train domestic workers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I will remember it. I can see it. But keep going.
Share your English, please.
Yeah, please. My English is going out of the window. My God.
So,
what do you call that thing?
Yeah.
Yes,
so what she does, she trains domestic workers, gardeners,
cleaners, housekeepers. Yes.
And she had this house help who used to save with her every month, I think 3,000 shillings.
Every month?
Every month.
How long did she have the house help for?
No, she took her somewhere, but because she trusted her, so she used to send her 3,000, save for me. So by the end of the year, she had saved how much?
You do the math,
that's
boss. I got an F.
That's 36,000.
36,000, yes.
So come December, she's been given leave. So she comes, she says, I want to go back home. She's going back to the village.
Correct.
The village right now, that particular, she comes from this western counties.
Area code, yes.
And what happened is that she booked the ticket late. So she paid like 3,000 on fare. Okay. Then she says, I need to do shopping. She does shopping of about 15,000.
I don't like where this story is going. For her family, for her
relatives,
and the rest of the village.
Yes, she buys clothes for her siblings, for herself.
So she didn't stop at the shopping. She went and bought clothes as well.
No. So by the time she was getting into the bus, she had huge luggage going back to the village.
You've got to pay for the luggage
for Christmas, and she paid for the luggage and she did all that.
Yes.
Come 5th. You know the way this house helps ghost us come January. She was calling and sending a please call me to the boss to send her fare. Now, if you save without a purpose, you'll accumulate. But because you didn't have a purpose, the moment you misuse that money, it becomes more painful than the person who didn't save in the first place.
Oof. If you save without purpose?
Yes. If you save without purpose and you spend the money without a plan, it's more painful than the person who never saved in the first place.
Oh boy.
So that's why now we bring in the aspect of saving with a purpose.
Saving with a purpose.
Yes.
So that's where we first need to go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would rather, and I've ran a program towards the end of last year, and this program we were calling it Money Gossip.
Money gossip, yes.
Money gossip. Why money gossip? Because, guys say, you know what, we don't have this money. So
correct.
So I told them, can we talk about it in its absentia before it comes? So we hosted about 50 people in different intervals.
Yes.
50, all below the age of 30. Okay. There was only one who had been dragged in, and that was above 30.
Dragged in by the hair, I'm sure.
But this was shocking because I went through the data.
Yes.
And I realized one thing, that out of the 50, only one had savings.
Out of the 50?
50, only one had savings.
And how old is this one that had savings?
They were around 28. They were 28.
What happened to the rest? They didn't see the need to save? Or they didn't have the ability to?
No, they had the opposite of that.
What?
Debt. And some of it, no, it's not that bad. Some of them had debt that they had used to start small businesses. I have one who sells shoes.
Yes.
So every time he gets an order or he's doing badly, he gets an order for shoes.
Yes.
So when he goes to the market, he's able to use these mobile apps.
Correct.
Buys shoes. Then by the time you pay him, he pays the same day. So he's always having a certain limit.
Yes.
That's what he uses.
That's what he uses.
Note, he does not use the money for consumption. Because the rate of interest he's paying
back,
is lower than the kind of return he's making from the money.
My goodness,
but all of them had debt. So what I'm saying is, someone may ask, why do I need to retire? Someone may ask, do I even need savings? Remember, this is information you've acquired over time. And you know what we know we have learned from somewhere. Either we were taught or we observed. So when you talk about people looking at savings as a challenge, I personally look at savings as a very big challenge. Again, because of my money personality, I am a spender.
You're a spender.
Yes.
Confess, my brother.
Yeah,
Confess.
I am a spender.
Let God deal with it. God.
But you see, there's nothing wrong in being a spender.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to make it look bad. Please, spenders, keep listening.
Yeah, but they
But
can
if
be
you
an
can
extreme.
spend on us, that'll be
Yeah.
good. Uh-huh.
But there's the extreme bit where now you spend everything you borrow to spend.
Oh, yes.
But then you have
yes.
other people on this other side who are very frugal.
Okay.
They're money hoarders. But then there's a toxic frugal.
There's a toxic frugal and this is frugal.
Yes, there are people who by the
Maisa.
time you call me here for an interview and I am asking you for fuel. But that's a hint, huh?
You know, we're just going to laugh at you, go like, and it's a hint.
Tell jaggy jokes.
Oh, man, let
But
me
anyway,
tell you.
that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
So you realize that even some of the top business people,
Correct.
very few of them, they only built some savings to a certain point.
Even the business people?
Yes, they built their savings to a certain point. Then over time, they got the courage to get into debt.
Wait a minute. You cannot say the courage and debt. How do you get the courage to get into debt?
Here's the thing. I want to come and sell you coffee here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
I come the first day. I realize I have 1,000 bob. That's my savings.
Correct.
So my 1,000 bob, I'll buy 2 ungas, make mandazis, and buy a few sachets of coffee and sell it to you.
Yes.
Tomorrow I come and you tell me we're expecting guests tomorrow.
Right.
So we'll be like 3-4 times more.
Whatever you've been giving.
Yes.
Yes.
But I realize my capital is always 1,000 bob. Can I talk to Tina who can advance me 2,000 shillings?
So that I can go ahead
So that I can go
and provide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because I know my business is working. I have a ready market and people are there and I will be
Correct.
paid. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
So over time, you develop that courage. But it
All
starts
right.
with savings.
All right.
There's a place that you have to stop saving.
There's a place you have to stop saving?
Yes.
Boss,
it has to
ooh.
be. Because why are you investing in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You don't save because people are saving. And that's where we are going wrong. A lot of
So
us.
why do we save?
For a certain purpose.
Do
You
we
have
have to find that purpose, or can you define it for us, or do we, as guys, have to find it ourselves?
Let me ask you something, Tina. Today I woke up and I had a plan to come here, isn't it?
Yes.
So the first thing I do is identify where your location is,
Yes.
isn't it? So if I don't do that, first of all, I'll take any route.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I have to identify the destination which I'm going.
Got
And
it.
that is why part of the biggest lesson or part of financial literacy that I really focus on is first of all identifying where you are.
Okay, identify where you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Even when you're dropping someone's pin, it starts from where you are.
Correct.
I identify where I am. If I'm in debt, then I should focus first of all in clearing up my debt before I start my savings.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
That does make sense.
Yes. So the person who's saying, why do I need to retire? Probably they have tested their business, they've seen this is a business I can grow. So their vision in terms of financial literacy is to see how they can have their passive income, their recurrent expenses. You see things like rent, school fees, and food.
Dio.
If they can be met elsewhere, then they will not be distracted from their purpose in their business.
I love this.
Okay?
Yes.
Because one of the things that this person should start looking at, if they don't want to retire, then they need to have their things being met passively. Because what happened, personally, I'm a victim of this. I'm in the business where you deal with people.
Right.
All my businesses are based on people. Now COVID happens. There's no cash flow. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? What
Exactly.
do you do?
You can't say that I have savings because those savings will last you for only a period of time.
Correct.
So for this person who's saying, why do I need to retire? You don't have to retire, but have a goal of having your passive income met elsewhere. How do you do that? If, for instance, you had a plan, let's say, and you start very small, you start very, very small.
Correct.
For instance, if you can have another business or another outlet or a certain interest somewhere or a certain dividend that you get every year,
Then
that can be able to meet some of your expenses.
Okay.
A very good example is a friend of mine who does social media for someone.
okay.
That person pays them 1,000 bob per week.
Per week.
Per week.
Okay.
Now that sounds like very little money.
Oh, but in this COVID times, it's 1 million.
Yes, but ask yourself how much, let's say, tokens do you spend in a week? It's not 1,000.
It's not 1,000. That's
so if you take
impossible,
the
yeah.
tokens and if you take the 1,000 bob and buy tokens,
Yes.
so you have removed the token
The
budget.
token budget.
from
Correct.
Pay water.
You've removed the
it.
water budget.
Yes. Buy bundles for your airtime.
After
You've
your
removed-
metoa.
you see?
Yes.
So slowly you're getting to a habit whereby your passive income, however small, it is meeting your passive income. Your recurrent expense. It is clearing it slowly by slowly. And that's how you build it. So savings are not for everyone.
You know, that truth
Yes.
is a hard truth, and it bites. And I want you to hold that thought. Are you hearing this? Saving is not for everyone. Are you learning something? You know, sometimes, Amos, we can sit here. Let me tell you, we can talk till the cows come home. And then they're just crickets.
Cows or cows?
No, the cows and the cows who own the cows are coming home. And then they're crickets. So you wonder, has anyone learned anything? Are people learning anything? You know, it'll be good for us to know if you're learning something, if this is good stuff for you. Remember, he said, saving is not for everybody, which kind of just shocked me and then shocked everybody else, I guess. But you have young people this morning who are the young person who said, when we talked about retirement planning, said, why on earth, I'm a young person, why on earth would I honestly think about retiring? I'm only 26. That's a question you've been asked this morning. And when you say saving is not for everybody, what does everybody else do that saving is not for them?
Yeah.
So again, those numbers are 0701 969 969. You can call or you can text to 0702 969 969. I see on Bogi this morning, they're having fun. We're supposed to throw a bash for someone who's coming back. But you're being told that is spending unnecessarily. Okay, so let's see how that's going to work out for you. Let's keep going. Saving is not for everybody, and you've already cleared that. So when we talk about then having a retirement plan without saving, done deal, finished.
Well, again, it goes in stages.
It goes in stages.
So we're talking about the person who's doing business.
All right.
And they've started something that is working for them. And then still, you know, one of the things I like about this season for COVID.
Really?
It's some of the things that have come out of people's lives.
Okay.
And so there's this guy, but he's above 30.
Okay.
So things were really going bad for him.
Okay.
And one of the things that I told him is, I know you're not a saver.
You told him that?
Yes, I know you.
You picked this up easily,
Yes,
like really quick.
Yes,
Okay.
and I know you, and I'd be putting you in a corner.
Yes.
And I'd be lying to you if I told you to save, because you don't even have cash flow right now.
Okay.
But let's see it. Over time, you have accumulated one or two things.
All right.
Okay. So he's a guy, you know, this age of ours, people have 1 or 2, 3 plots they bought a while ago on loan, they've cleared. So one of the things that he started is evaluating his investments.
Oh,
so I told him, don't save.
Investments.
Yes,
that's a good thing.
Evaluate what you have. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
why are you accumulating this wealth?
But Amos, you're talking to guys who have investments. Maybe some young guy doesn't have much. He just has a bank account and that's it to his name. Don't even have a car.
No, we are talking of different stages.
Different stages,
Because
got
we
it,
are all
okay.
in different seasons.
Got it.
One of the
So-
things that is so dear to me is talking to people about money seasons.
Money has seasons?
Yes.
How does money have seasons?
Haven't you ever noticed when Danko has money? So you will know. So you will know.
How
Huh?
dare you talk about it when he's not here? Duncan, you need to, please.
He's anasalimia kila
Defend
mtu,
yourself.
you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there are
He's
seasons-
smiling,
yeah.
he's dancing.
Yeah. Haven't you ever realized that there are seasons when you feel like treating yourself, you don't even think about it, you go and treat yourself. You want to buy something, and it's a season.
For me, it's all season, man.
Yes,
all season. I love myself.
hallelujah.
Grore.
Okay, spoilers, madam. So
Yes.
you realize that there are seasons that you're in. Anything that you want or you dream of is...
You get it.
Let me even put it this way, in salvation.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a better perspective.
Yes, yeah.
You get saved,
Yes.
you're on fire.
Shanda.
You're preaching on anything and
Yes,
everything that
you're
moves.
killing every devil.
Yes. You're having 3-4 fellowships,
Ha.
BSs
Yes.
every week.
And then,
And then life will happen. Then you're like, you start asking those questions. Is it really bad? Is this bad? Neza wachi movie, neza skiza hii. And over time,
this is so true.
and you're in that season of questioning.
Questioning, correct.
Okay? By the time you realize you're on the other side, you're saying, wow, how did I get here?
Yes, yes.
How did I get there? What is it that I'm doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing?
Correct.
But then there's my favorite season
Which one?
of going back.
Of going back?
Yes.
Okay.
When you realize your father's servants are treated better than you, who is a son.
Prodigal. You go back.
You go back. And that journey is where now you actualize and you're able to do self-actualization and
Good
know
stuff, yes.
this is how I came out of this.
Okay.
Same thing with money. There's a time that you're excited on your first job, you do your first deal in business, and I mean, money looks good on you. Hello.
You literally throw up. It does look good on you. It looks good on you.
Money looks good on you.
Yes.
But not permanent. Huh? So, and then...
Amen.
And then you get to... You've done your business, you're in this career, but 2-3 months, you're in this house, but
Yes.
something tells you, you can't really afford this house. It's...
Would you hold that thought to pick a call?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Good morning, you're in Pearl. Okay, we missed that one. But just go on, sorry. And I even give you a chance to drink your coffee.
Yeah.
But feel free to call again, and then we can catch up with you. Sa.
So you're in this salon, you're in this season.
And you see this
pay rent.
kahao?
Yeah. You're
It
there.
looks nice.
Yeah. You forget that just because you can pay for it doesn't mean you can afford it. But there's something at the back of your mind
That
telling
tells
you
you-
can't afford it. Your friends tell you, let's go to this place, we do this lunch. You know you don't have enough money to last you through the month.
But you're telling yourself.
Yes, let's just do it.
Okay.
But then you get to the other part now where you now don't have the cash flow and there are things that need to be paid.
All right, hold on. Good morning, you're in Pearl.
Hello, Tina.
Hey, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Bob.
Hi, Bob. Do you have a question for our guest?
Yes, yes.
Aha, umesikiza hizo stories za you can have saving and hey,
Ni moto.
ni moto.
Sasa niulize Tina. Does saving have to be like money you put aside? Ama can you save in terms of investing wide? Like, do you have to put money aside?
You're asking if savings is money you put aside or you can invest
Or do
in
you
something?
can you invest as a form of saving?
Aha.
Yes.
Can you invest in form of saving? Okay, let's find out. I like that. Can you save in form of even
Investing.
investing? Yes.
You have no choice. Because right now, our rate of inflation, what has been given to us,
Correct.
is actually 8 to 9%. But we know it's above that. So if you're saving somewhere and it's not giving you such kind of a return, then you're basically losing your money. So you have to invest somewhere. It has to be an investment.
It has to be an investment. Okay. And you'll probably tell us what would be the best thing to invest in, even during the COVID or even way after. After you tell us about how this is a nice season, now you're asking us to look at the other side
Yes.
of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the other side of the season. We come back to this part.
Okay.
Okay.
So when now you've gotten your first job, you're in the first 3 months, you can afford everything. Then you start. We've gone now to this stage where now you're asking yourself, can I afford that? But you know you can't afford.
Yes.
And then now you're on the other side. You find you have accumulated things.
Okay.
And it's normally a reality check because now you're on the other side.
Yeah.
You're asking yourself, I have worked for the last 6 months.
Right.
I have made this amount of money.
There's nothing to show.
There's nothing
for
to
it.
show for it. And right now we're heading to
That
June.
statement, that one.
Yes. And we're heading to June right now. And all of us file our returns. Whether you're in business or you pay taxes,
Yes.
there's a ledger.
Yes.
When you go to the KRA portal, and there's that ledger that shows the money that came to you.
Yes.
And especially those with pay slips. You look at that statement, you are starting to call the bank to accuse them of theft.
I know.
You wonder,
Yeah.
all this money that came to my account,
All right.
that came to me, I cannot show much
For it.
And we all get there. We get there. Or even in business, you realize for the last 2-3 years you've made even millions. But you look back, what did
Yeah.
I do with the money?
Correct.
And that is where now you start to realize that I need to build something.
You need to build something.
I need
yeah.
to build something. I need to evaluate why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why do I do what I do? Because that question is very important.
Why do I do what I do?
Exactly.
Because the financial implications or even answers for it are...
Yes.
Okay.
Because Amos as a coach will not help you.
Who will help then?
It's a personal initiative.
Okay. Personal initiative. Are you hearing this morning? I hope you're getting some help. And Bob, thank you so much for calling in. Bob had asked a question. Do I save money, or can my savings be an investment? And of course, you said it's possible for this to happen.
Yes.
What sort of investment should it look like if I'm saving in an investment?
You know, an investment is a very big word.
It is?
For saying I put money, I get something.
Okay.
You know.
I put money, I get something.
I get something. And we try to complicate, especially middle class. We have this issue when you talk about investment, especially young people. They will tell you, I want to invest in the money market. I want to do Forex. I want to do Bitcoins. But how much information do you have about it? Do you know on average, these saving societies that teach us saving have on average same return with the money market?
You're kidding.
Yes.
Listen, call 0701 969 969. I know you're hearing this information. Are you listening with your mouth open? Close it. Call 0701. I just saw one person. 0701 969 969. If you have any question for our guest this morning concerning finances, that'll be good. Or you can text 0702 969 969. Good morning, you're in Pearl.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I want to throw a toolbox in this conversation.
Go ahead.
Now, the older I'm growing, the more I'm realizing that this conversation of saving investments,
Yes.
especially things like land and houses, is not really something that we should really think should be the in thing.
Okay.
And Amos can help me understand, but the way I've seen it is this. So you saved up some money, say
Yes.
100 or 200K, went and bought a plot of land, hoping that plot of land will of course increase in value.
Yes.
Then down the road, you have come up with a problem that needs urgently 200K. Okay?
Yes.
Now, this is land you have invested.
Yes.
Okay? You can say it's an asset. But what does that land do for you? How will it help you sort out your 200K?
All right.
Sort out your 200K issue. You get what I mean?
I get you. And he's even laughing.
This is not, because this is not a small thing that you put in the market today. By Satana inaenda.
Come on.
You understand?
Mwanaku, yes.
No,
Yes.
I'm telling you.
No, I hear you.
And I understand what Amos says. Young guys have complicated this conversation because when you tell them of investing and whatever, they say, I want to buy a piece of land. I want to buy a house. Okay. Again, now I'll ask you. You've bought a house.
Right. Right.
You took your 2 million, which you have saved up.
Yes.
Bought a house.
Yes.
Then now life does not stop. Tomorrow you will need something that sustains you. You get?
Yes,
so
I
how
get
will
you.
that house sustain you?
Okay.
So I think Amos now, what I'm asking is, can you give guidance on this particular thing that you've said, saving in investments that make money, something that makes you money?
Yeah.
I think that should be the conversation for young guys to understand.
All right.
Otherwise, tukisema tunaenda kuinvest ununue shamba. Mimi naulizanga watu, shamba ni poa.
Shamba ni poa, yes.
Ni poa, lakini sasa kesho.
Hello? Oh, I think we've lost him, but you got on the question.
I can actually guess his age.
Good morning, you're in Pearl.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nafikisha watoto nilikuwa nasikiza hapa during the financial mentorship.
Uncle Sean, do you have a question for our guest?
Yes, I have many questions for him.
You have many questions? Okay, go ahead. Take one.
Hey, kwanza nianzie na, you were saying that it's not good to save without a plan.
Good, true.
And what can we name saving with many plans, but you don't know the definite plan that you have?
I hear you.
Yeah, as in uko na plans mingi, umesave hadi unachanganyikiwa utafanya gani wacha gani.
Nakuelewa.
How can you advise such a person?
Okay, sawa.
Endelea
kutusikiza.
Mwambie anisaidie hapo because we find that you save.
Yeah.
You're really saving, but uko na plans mingi, but you don't know the exact plan to go with.
Okay, sawa.
Yes, thank you very much.
Asante.
Have a good day.
Same to you. I like that. See, we have a man. Unaona pale watu wako. Amos,
Yes.
how about we start with the other caller first before
Yes.
we come to Uncle Sean? And Kags was very honest about land. And then you can also be able to answer, I have land that was given by my grandfather. I inherited it. Can I sell it?
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Kags and the land.
Yeah. I was telling you I would guess his age.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
there's a saying that the only thing that beats youth is perspective.
Perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, he's about 62. I'm joking.
Wow.
Sorry, Kags.
And a lot of older men
Yes.
above 30, if they've worked for a while, they've been in business for a while,
Yeah.
there's a concern that gets to them.
Okay.
And going back to lack of retirement will hit you harder as a man than
Yeah.
it will hit a woman.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
And I'll give you a concern. Now, this is a concern, the same concern Kags has raised,
Yeah.
is a concern I got from a 56-year-old man I met at a car wash.
Okay.
And I liked the way he had maintained his car. There are those old cars that still have leaf springs.
Oh, no way.
But it
What?
looked new. So I just gave him a compliment and he went all up about, this car has built for me. Nimebeba simiti.
Come
so
on.
the conversation went on until we were kicked out to park our cars elsewhere.
I'm actually a bit of a motorhead, so yeah.
So this guy, he tells me he works in a certain church and he's retiring in 4 years.
Okay.
And he tells me, gari imenijengea, I bought a quarter somewhere and I built for my wife. We have a huge home. I've taken my kids to school. The last born, early graduate.
Okay.
So she's looking for a job because he had three children.
All right.
And now his concern was, where I work in this particular church, we don't have a retirement plan. We don't have a pension. So now I normally sit, and this is a question I cannot ask my wife. Why?
I'm sorry. Do you think that's a normal? Is that a usual pattern with churches in Kenya?
I don't want to speak for some because some have retirement packages for guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Churches, please see Amos Ngahu. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So this guy tells me, I've built a house for my wife.
Okay.
I mean, every weekend or every now and then, she will go visit her friends. They will come over. They will have chamas.
Like that, yeah.
Danko attends one for buying his food. So he will attend his
Hi, Danko.
get a tea.
Yeah.
They will
Get
do
that
their
tea.
stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the things that he told me is,
Right.
For him, the wife is satisfied.
Yeah.
The kids have gone to school. But he's looking at, where will my cash flow come from after retirement?
Oh, that's his main worry.
That is his main concern.
I turned that house into a resort, but keep going.
Yeah. So one of the things that Kags raised, which is very pertinent to our discussion, is
Yes.
what kind of vehicle do you pick for retirement? Okay, because for men, this is what happens, and I've seen this in the village. I have stayed in a place whereby the landlord became my friend. I was so broke when I went there. That I didn't have the deposit for 1 month. I told him, Mzee, angalia hivi, niko na deposit, niko na rent ya hii month.
Yes. Sina
And
deposit.
if you tell me to go look for deposit, I'll go borrow.
And I'm not going to do that.
Just give me 15 days, nitakutafutia kadhao hadi nimalize.
Yes.
And apparently he agreed.
He did. He's so
And he
sweet.
was a total stranger.
Yeah.
But when I paid him, now he developed a lot of trust in me.
Oh,
and he was
good.
telling me he worked in the military. So one day he's servicing the presidential jet back then.
Wow.
The following day, he's sleeping on the floors of committee after the attempted coup.
Koraba. Shanda.
Yeah.
What?
And he learned his biggest lesson of his life. That whatever you have right now can be taken away from you in a jiffy.
Ask Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah. It can be taken away. And he was telling me he learned that, and he learned to do small things. Over time, they will make sense in a big way.
This vitu ndogo, what are those?
Yes. Those are some of the extensions. Nyumba yake aka-extend karoom kamoja. He started renting out.
Wisdom.
So now,
Yes,
the other day
yes.
he's a guy, I'm creating a story to put on our channels.
Come on
because
now.
he told me, people his age,
Yes.
men his age, go to a certain hotel that belongs to their peer. And they report there at 10 o'clock.
For what?
They have nowhere to go.
So they report there at 10 o'clock and do what?
Take tea, gossip,
whole day?
talk politics, discuss people.
Oh.
Thank God for curfew, they are kicked out at 9.
Otherwise,
are
they'd be
idle.
there.
And the statement he said, his actual words were,
Yeah.
a lot of people retire and then they get stranded because they were used to go to a certain job, they were used to go to a certain place,
Yes.
but then they are stranded. For him, he tells me, I would rather go all the way to Kinangop, to my shamba, supervise planting of cabbage, stay there for 3-4 days, come back,
Yeah.
go see my people if they have plumbing issues somewhere in this village where I have 2-3 plots, and he keeps himself busy. So when Kags confirms this kind of statement, you realize that a lot of people, we've been told buy land.
Buy land, yes.
By our
It's true.
cousins kina Danko who tell you, ebu anaenda kuonyesha shamba nakwambia tino unaona mali umekanyaga. Hiyo ni bypass. Bypass inapitia wapi? Hapo. Hii plot kesho itakuwa 300,000 after umenunua 200,000. So again, we are buying land as end users.
As end users.
Yes, don't buy. Forget about it. You'd rather stay without land because it makes no sense for you to sell for me land somewhere in, let me use the word Garissa, uko ndani, and yet I am not making a return out of it. I am better off as that teacher who's saving 3,000 bob from my 20,000 salary.
Correct.
Saving in my SACCO, in a year I'll have 36,000.
Yes.
The first dividend they give me as Mwalimu SACCO is 8 to 10%.
Correct.
I take that 3,000, I pay a deposit for school fees for my kids. Can you imagine if this teacher works for 10 years, they'll have 300 and something thousand.
Yes, yes.
If I have a child in high school, the dividend I get from the SACCO is a good amount that I will only top up to pay annual school fees for my children.
Correct.
So you have to understand that not all investments are good.
Not all investments are good
for you.
Are you hearing this?
Not all investments are good for you. So part of the journey, and everybody, and this is where everybody should start, before I answer what the best investment you can invest in.
Right.
The best investment you can invest in is in yourself and in knowledge.
Yourself and knowledge?
Yes. And the first
That's
step to do
it?
Yes. And the first step you do is evaluate where you are. If like Kags, I can tell you he has 1 or 2 plots yenye nafikiria, and if he's like me, there was a time nilikuwa naangalia kashamba. The only thing I get from there is bananas. Very beautiful bananas. In fact, there's
Which
a place...
you did not bring to this studio, Abi?
That's a loss.
No,
anyway,
that was your offering for this studio. Where?
But you realize the best you get out of it is guys buy, but you just giving back the fuel that you spent. So we need to evaluate our investment.
Yes.
So that we see how we can maximize on that return.
I like this.
If it's not making sense, get rid of it.
If it's not making sense,
get rid of it.
And what if you have not what if you have invested kidogo in it? Still get rid of it?
Still get rid of it. Because at the end of the day, because sometimes I like telling people to close their eyes and do it, some quick time travel.
And what is that?
If, for instance, I came here and I used an Uber instead of driving or instead of getting a mat, 10 years from now, what will I tell my younger self? Was that the best decision I did?
No.
That's the thing. So we should actually be the kind of perspective that Kags has. It's very important now for him because I feel like he's at that level. He needs to evaluate what he has.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to take a very short break. Sean, you need to hold on. He also asks, he's put money here, there, everywhere. We probably need to consolidate all that and find out whether. But I love what you've said. The best investment is in yourself and in knowledge. Without that, it's going to be cray-cray.
You will go with hearsay.
You'll go with hearsay.
Yes. Tina has a nice, of course, you have a nice sweater. I'll want a sweater like that one.
Correct.
I don't know if you're gifted. I'll go look for it. Whether borrow money or buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know the car you're driving. I'll go borrow to drive what you're driving. Because now we are working with hearsay and pressure.
Instead of knowledge.
Exactly.
Let's pick this phone call. Good morning, you're on Pearl.
Good morning.
Hi. Why are you speaking with a whisper?
Because I have a cold and I don't want my nieces and nephews to know that I'm calling the station.
Okay, please go ahead. Tell us what's on your mind.
My nieces and nephews are low-income earners.
Low-income earners?
Yes. What advice would you give to low-income earners?
Okay.
On how to save better? Because my nieces and nephews don't save.
Okay, they don't want to save at all.
They don't know how to save. Their money are little.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we talk to them, the low-income earners, and ask and give them advice on what to save.
please, because I'm about to kick them out of my house.
Oh, don't kick them out. Hold on. We gotta. Where? You have an answer? Yeah, he has an answer. You're gonna hear it very soon. Asante. Oh man. You see, people are being kicked out of houses, low-income earners. She's asking, what should they save? I also have a question here from someone who has asked this morning, if I save 20K, where did it go? Yes, I earn 20K.
Yeah.
How much am I supposed to save?
Yeah.
You also have been told, could you quickly bust the Bitcoin situation? Is that a good place to invest in? We're in class today. Our teacher is
Amos Ngahu.
and he is a financial guru. He's a consultant. By the way, if you're tech savvy, you have I know you have a financial clinic that you run. What are your social media handles, just for people to run there?
Money Clinic.
Money Clinic.
Clinic, yeah, pesa clinic.
Yeah, clinic. Yeah, clinic.
Money Clinic KA.
Yeah.
That's on Instagram,
And all Instagram, Facebook.
and Twitter.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's also on a Twitter. So Money Clinic KE. Look for him because he's got many answers for some of the questions. But Bob, let me just let you know, I love your question. This is a very good question. We're going to come to it in just a bit. Let me see how fast we can pack all this up in 20 minutes. We've dealt with one of them. There's the other gentleman, Sean. You got savings everywhere. You've invested here. Can we consolidate that? Put it all together in one place? Where?
That's the thing. Again, you remember when we were talking about why you do what you do?
Why you do what you do?
Why did you invest in that in the first place?
Correct.
Why did you
Yes.
take that fixed deposit? Was it due to pressure, or was it based on a certain purpose? Because one of the mistakes that we do, we learn about investments, then we will say we will invest in it. But the thing should be,
yes.
we learn about our goals, what we want to achieve, and then we go towards it. It becomes easier. For instance, we were just talking about a simple example of you want to, this month or in the next 2 months, you don't want to be paying electricity and water.
You're going to live in the dark and you won't shower.
No.
Okay, I'm joking, but please go on.
But you want to be paying that passively.
Okay, yes, passively, correct.
So you look for something that you can do. I was telling you about the social media guy who's paid $1,000 bob a week. Which
correct.
pays for his water, for his electricity and airtime.
Correct.
So if you can start looking at that, make your goals very small. Have
small,
a passive income, no matter how small, meeting a recurrent expense.
Yes.
That way you start to celebrate small victories, so that by the time you say, I have gotten rid of my monthly utilities, now I can easily kick that off my list and take that money and invest somewhere, top up on another investment that I'm looking forward. And I was giving example of a teacher, because teachers are my favorite people.
Yeah.
Because they're some of the most disciplined people.
They
Not
are, by
because
the
they
way.
have a lot of money,
No.
but because most of them will live within their means.
Got it. Yes.
So it's up to you now to find out all
Yes.
this investment that I've put in, what return am I getting, and or what expense is it meeting?
Yes.
If it's not meeting any of them, then pull out.
I like that. Okay.
Okay.
The lady with a cold.
Yes.
The one who called in, she wants to throw out her nephew. Where? Don't throw out anybody. Her nephews and nieces are low-income earners.
Yes.
She wants to know what's, I think the question was, what's the best way for them to save? This is going to be in tandem, or you can go ahead and put this together with the question of the gentleman who's saying, I earn 20K. What am I going to invest in?
Now, I think we should start with the definition of how low is a low income, because it depends. First of all, I remember there was a time I was earning 6,000 shillings, and that was a lot of money for me then.
Wow, okay.
So when you say 20,000, it could be offensive to someone because that is their dream job somewhere. They've gotten a job earning 20,000. And again, they could be from a point of personal view. Tina, do you know the moment you joined Pearl Radio,
Yes.
and probably you got a deal that you wanted, it takes about 3 to 6 months for you to realize that the salary is not enough.
Correct.
And you start complaining that I'm earning peanuts.
Okay.
So that is relative to what you're talking about.
Right.
But the thing is, to answer now the question, where should low-income earners invest? Number one, there's a category of money personalities as we call money avoiders. If someone does not even have enough, or what they earn just meets their basic needs, you cannot have a discussion about money with them. Most of them will not listen.
Wow.
Because they avoid money, the issue of money, that discussion.
kabisa. Yes,
The same guys have always told the story of them walking from, if you're on Bagathi Road, they walk from Kibera all the way to industrial area.
Correct.
So if that person is paid daily,
Yes.
they split the money, mia ni ya koroboi,
Right.
mia ni ya chakula, and everything ends there. However, there's one thing that we need to understand.
Okay.
Money does not stay where it is needed.
What does it do?
It stays where it is respected. Haven't you ever noticed that this is an African saying, the severity of an itch is directly proportional to your inability to reach it.
No,
have you ever seen that?
saying is true.
Yes.
In all, yes.
So come
it's
back
true.
to our money. Even
Yeah.
someone who's earning $1 million bob is still looking forward to making more.
More.
So one of the things that these people, if you're earning money and you feel like it can only meet your
Basic need.
Okay?
Yes.
So there's the first thing that you need to do.
Which is?
Ask yourself, is it a season or I'll be out of it or I'm here permanently? You understand?
Okay.
Because
so is it a season or will I get out of this?
Yes, because we have seen research and it's actually obvious that
Okay.
for self-made millionaires, Kibera will produce more than Karen. Because
There's been a research that was done.
That is my own research.
Your own research?
Yes, because think about it. Those are self-made millionaires.
Self-made millionaires.
Yes. So for that self-made millionaire in
Correct.
Kibera right now,
Correct.
understand I'm only here for a season. I am doing something. I'm working towards a certain business or a certain idea.
And I'm getting out of
and
there.
I'll get out. I'll move to Jamhuri over time. I'll move to a bigger place and eventually I'll become that self-made millionaire. Because it's a mentality. So it depends on the kind of mentality that you
Mindset.
have.
There we go.
So if I'm on my first job, I'm a fresh graduate.
Yes.
I'm earning that 20,000 shillings. If there's no point of killing yourself because you have all the time in the world. Okay? First of all, the best you can do is take control of your expenses at that particular time. Take control of them. Don't let them control you.
Don't
this
let
is
them
the time.
control
Yes,
you.
this is the time that you need to say, I'm spending this much on fuel. How can I control that and bring it down?
Down. Yes.
Do I have to move out of home because that means an extra expense in rent?
Correct.
Can I keep it low? Because that's the biggest challenge. It's not even where to invest. The biggest challenge is most young people are succumbing to the pressure of I need this kind of a phone.
I need to dress like this.
suit.
Yes.
But you don't know where your peers got that from.
No, you don't.
You understand?
They could have been gifted.
Some of these youths, I have gone to forums where they have more expensive phones
than
I
yours.
do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I give talks and I have these programs for this particular university
Yes.
where kids drive a bigger car than I do.
Correct.
All bought by the parents. You understand? If I try to compare myself with them,
Yes.
I'll lose myself. So one of the things that you can do when you're an income earner, determine, am I here permanently or is this temporarily?
I like that.
So if it's temporarily, it's time that you take control of your expenses.
It's time you take control of expenses.
Yes, and limit, because the cash comes, the more money you earn, the more expenses catch up.
The more money you earn, the more the expenses.
Yes.
But I like what you said. Money does not go where it's needed.
Yes.
It goes where it stays where
it is
it's respected.
Yes.
Now, in relation to the gentleman that was asking about the 20,000, he's asking, can I join SACCOs or chamas to help me save and still save my own on the 20,000?
I like already that he's looking at savings.
Good,
That is a person
good.
probably
Yeah.
who has expenses below his income.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Now he needs to build something. But before he builds or before he starts to save,
Right.
he needs to ask himself, what is my goal? What is my end game?
What is my end game?
Yes.
Okay.
In the next 1 year, for instance, if I save 3,000 in a SACCO, I'll have 36,000 in a year. What do I plan to do with that money?
Okay.
Is it that I'll enjoy the 3,000 or the 10% that I get
Or
every
I
year?
get married.
Or I'll use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use it to build my passive income.
Yes.
To meet some of these expenses.
Yeah.
I know of a teacher who's a parent to a guy who's slightly younger than me.
Okay.
So you can imagine he's already retired.
Okay. And
So-
you're 70, I'm joking.
79.
79.
So what happened with this guy? I learned this, and he's a teacher.
He's a teacher.
His first savings in the SACCO was on 100 bob. 100 bob.
Wow. Okay.
By the time we were we were in high school with these friends of mine because they're guys we've grown up with. The guy had accumulated about 600,000 to 700,000 shillings in the circle because he had saved every month. Every time he got an increment, he saved. Do you know he was paying for his 2 sons fees from the dividend he got from the circle?
Just
Throughout,
the dividend.
yes, he would take the balance, and every year up to now, he's still alive.
Yes.
Takes the wife to Mombasa. Nowadays there's SGR. They go to Mombasa, they come back. Now because now all that money, they're no longer paying school fees.
Correct.
They no longer depend on their children just because of saving in a circle with a purpose. So he used that money. He borrowed to build his house. He borrowed to do 1 or 2 rentals, and even now he's never exited that circle. So he exits. He'll lose that passive income. So even his car, he pays his insurance from that dividend. He goes on holiday from that dividend. So it's a purpose. It's what you're seeing ahead. You understand? So this person picked one vehicle that has served all his goals.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
There's nothing fancy about saying I have a diversified. You're using big words.
Yeah, diversified. Kumbe ni chama umeingia sako.
So there are things that will work for you. And I like it even when it's very simple that how women view money.
Correct.
Women have 2 perspectives of money.
We do.
Money
what are
they are earning,
yeah,
very frugal about it. Money they are not earning, let me not use that word. Okay.
So
you realize,
use it,
and yesterday I was in a class. I'm in a class, and we are studying about how you have a product, but the person purchasing is not the consumer.
Oh.
You understand?
Right.
If, for instance, I'm buying you lunch.
Yes.
Say amen. If I'm
Amen.
assuming I'm buying you lunch today,
amen,
you will not start saying, naskia dondo leo chapo. You'll be like, baby octopus with a drop of lime.
and some sushi.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
All that careers. So you see, but because I'm the one paying, you won't feel the
pinch.
You won't feel the pinch.
Yes.
You understand?
I get it.
Because you are not the payer, but you're the consumer. So that's the same thing.
And I can consume food.
So you realize women are so gifted in a certain way.
Thank you.
You realize they
and
make
you're saying
small
this
things.
In a good way.
Yes.
Ladies, say thank you.
Yeah. You'll find that they make something small and they grow it.
Correct.
So you'll find women in a market every day wanatoa 20 bob. So 20 bob. What is 20 bob? 20 bob is something that will fall under your seat kwa gari and you forget about it. And it will go with the car wash.
But to that woman in the market.
Yes. So they have chamas. So you'll find they toa 20 bob. It's nothing. And end of the month, you find out with a huge non-stick.
Get what you missed on. Early in the morning with Tina and Zuki.
Change.
Yes.
And then they have that car cycle. They have that car place they can go, vent and talk.
I'm actually intrigued that we get away with these things.
And that's why I was telling Danko when he was buying furniture, aingie kwa gitate. But however, it's what we are talking about. It's about you respecting the small monies. Okay? And at the end of the day, that is where the strength comes from. Yeah.
I like that. You got any questions from our friend Amos today? I know someone was talking about the Bitcoin and investing in the Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Do you want to bust that myth right after one song? Okay. Listen, you might have a question for him. 0702 0702 969 text to that number. But also, in case you're thinking, I want to sit down and chat with Amos for a bit longer, and it doesn't matter what age you are or where you're at in your season of Mbesa, you can find him on Facebook, Twitter, and or Instagram. He's got at Money Clinic KE. Look for at Money Clinic yani kliniki KE. Find him there. You have any questions, you can DM him. He can be able to reach out to you. Maybe you're trying to get a younger generation, and we're talking children. Like our Pearl kids, we get them into a saving mode. Make them understand how important a 10 bob is, a 5 bob is, a 20 bob is. And you're thinking, I need to put together a symposium or I don't know, a financial club for the kids, this is the guy to go to, because he can speak to you whether you have 5-year-olds or 75-year-olds. God has gifted him with the grace and understanding and wisdom of money and how to grow the little you have. And listen, too little, don't look at what you have and unaipuza, usipuze. God anaweza. Sawa. You are on Pearl Radio 96.9 with Tina and our guest this morning,
Amos Ngahu.
You forgot your name, Amos. He's very soft-spoken, but let me tell you, and he's playing basketball, totally different guy. He's also an author, by the way, but he's what I'm calling a financial guru. He's a financial consultant. So if you're looking to set yourself up concerning investment, saving, this is a guy to talk to. And don't worry about your age or what you have. He can easily take 10 bob and turn it into 1,000. Say amen.
Hallelujah.
Good stuff. So, if you can just quickly bust the myth on the Bitcoin, if there's any myth to be, I don't know, if there's any myth to just go ahead and vaporize, that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the Bitcoin?
Well, I know some people who've made quite some money out of it.
But it's not for everybody.
But it's not for everyone.
Okay, and why is that?
Because what purpose is it meeting? Because the moment you fix, we said you must find the purpose.
You must find the purpose.
And pick either the cheapest or the most affordable or the quickest way to get there.
Correct.
Because to get here, like I told you from my house, I can do a motorbike, I can do my car, I can do a matatu, I can jog,
Yeah.
But the question is, which is the most convenient? So it's not the investments.
Yes.
It's not your money to meet or to look at what you need to invest in.
Correct.
It's for these investments to meet the goal you have in your purpose. Okay. So at the end of the day, and again in this high, because I call it level 3 kind of an investment,
yes,
high risk, high investment, please invest money you can afford to lose.
Why would you say that? Please invest money you can afford to lose.
Yes.
Why would you say that?
For obvious reasons.
All right.
It's the volatility is quite high. If it goes down today, what happens?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a question that I seem to have forgotten. Let me quickly bring it up. Let's see if you can quickly deal with this one. Is there a laid out plan on saving, having in mind income and responsibilities are not similar to everyone? And if that laid out plan is there, how practical is it? And how do you evaluate an investment opportunity? Because at the end of the day, investments are a risk. How do you not risk losing your investment? Well, if you can do this in a minute or so, that'll be good.
To cover the first part of, there's no laid
plan on saving.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's a start of plan. There's what you can do right now. Like I said, we cannot have a one-size-fits-all blanket. You could be having your colleague here, you earn the same money, but when you look at the expenses, then they have more dependence. So if I come up with a formula and tell you save 20% of your income, you're able to save even 50. Okay? So one of the tools that I give people is something I call an investor's budget.
Okay.
An investor's budget just works with percentage and most importantly, priorities. Yes, because most of us, once we get paid, we rush towards paying our rent. We go to shopping, and that is why your working style, I keep saying, is different end month than mid-month.
Yeah.
And you do your shopping and you buy your groceries. Then on Sunday, you're busy asking that famous question. God, do we tithe from there? The gross or the net.
Okay.
And then over time, you don't have savings. What is left in your bank account is what you call savings, which again does not make it to end month. So part of what we call an investor's budget is number one, we prioritize.
Okay.
Before you do anything else, if you're a Christian, you tithe. If you're a Muslim, you pay your zakah. If you're a philanthropist, you dish out what you're supposed to give out. So that's the first bit. The second bit is very important, is where you pay yourself.
Pay yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have a savings plan, if you have an investment, or if you have a loan that you took for an investment,
correct,
that is where it goes. But now you prioritize. For instance, if I'm not paying any expenses, if I'm not paying rent, I'm living with my folks, can I take that rent and put it as part of my savings? So you live like you're paying rent, but really you're using it for saving. And then over time, what will be left is what will fit your expenses.
What is left will fit my expenses.
Yes.
This is a for sure.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
the biggest challenge right now we have with middle class.
Correct.
You feel like you can afford something. Just because you can pay for it doesn't mean you can afford it. So what you need to do is, first of all, before you go there, you force your disposable income to be out of your bank, because you're not hungry, you're just bored.
Why are you looking at the door? Actually, it's like you really want to run. This is my guest. Am I scaring you? Go ahead and just. He's like looking. It's giving the door side eyes. Aki, it was a side eye.
I was wondering if that handle has been sanitized.
That handle of that door is sanitized every 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this that you haven't seen? You didn't see the lady come in, and then she walked away.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So his name is?
Amos Ngahu.
He's my new co-host, just for today. He's our financial consultant, and he is also an author. If you've not gotten his book, you can find it when you visit his pages. When you go to the pages, either on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, in case you're just passing by. You know those people who pass by? Just like it. You never know in future what that page is going to hold. It could be information that could save your life. Yeah, he is at Money Clinic KE. And you are listening to Pearl Radio 96.9. So find him at Money Clinic KE. And those are his social media handles for his pages. And us guys, we are Pearl Radio KE. So you like us, and then you like him. You follow us, then you follow him. You double tap, then you double tap for him. So, but he also has some great discussions on YouTube. Is that the same handle also on YouTube?
Yes, Money Clinic.
Money Clinic. Tafuta, by the way, be updated, be informed. It is good for you to have wisdom. Because what I've learned today, money does not stay where it's needed. Money stays where it's respected. Shanda!
And in case they have questions, they can still inbox me on those pages.
Kabisa.
That's why we have the avenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your shorting part? Because that's what we are going after.
You know, when I was looking at this sanitizer, I was thinking you can go to the supermarket.
Yes.
And find, if you buy a big one, you get like a small baby attached to it.
Yes, yes.
You know? And most of us, what do? Which one do we use first?
The baby. The tiny one.
The baby one, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know why.
Yeah, but you see, a lot of it goes to waste.
When we use the tiny one?
Yes. Why?
What do you mean it goes
Because
to
there's a bigger one.
And therefore?
Have you seen, if you go to a public place and you have a huge sanitizer like this one, you'll be very generous with it. Yeah, to yourself.
Yes.
But if you have that car one, the one in your bag,
the
one
50
in your
ml,
car,
yes,
that one can last even 3 months.
I know.
Why?
Isn't that crazy?
And that's one of my parting
You're
shots.
shouting, by the way.
Yeah, because I needed to conclude it in 3 ways.
Okay.
It's because you have something extra.
We have something extra.
Yes, but if you use the big sanitizer and you hide the other one in a drawer somewhere, the day this one is finished,
yes,
yeah, and you are in a hurry to go get another sanitizer, and then you remember. I have a small one.
Yes.
So that one can hold off, can really to play that role for a while. So number one, get rid of that disposable income.
Get rid of the disposable income.
Yes, don't have
Take
idle
notes, people.
cash, because you'll get Tina, she'll tell you, I need 3 Gs, ndakurudishia, atujalipo tumecheleweshwa. And then what happens? It doesn't come back.
Yes.
But when you tell them you don't have, you honestly don't have, because you got rid of all the disposable income,
yes.
and all you have is money to survive. Number two, please gain wisdom. It is very, very dangerous for you to work with one pattern all your life when it comes to money, because new information is coming. For the longest time, I've grown up knowing coffee will wake you up the best.
Correct.
I'm
until you discovered.
Until I discovered an apple may not have caffeine, but the sugars are slowly distributed, so it has the same evenly and slowly.
Yeah.
So it has the same effect with coffee.
Except the coffee goes faster.
Coffee goes faster, it gives you a high.
Aha.
Apple doesn't, it keeps you awake. You understand?
Oh my God, we're learning something.
So when you gain wisdom, you're able to learn 1 or 2 things.
Right.
Finally, and this is the heart of everything.
The heart of everything.
Find contentment.
Find contentment.
In whatever little you have, or in whatever much you have. Because the challenge that we have in this country, you have someone who gotten into a certain position. They have been stealing from day one. It's years. And they are still stealing today. So you'd rather have come up with a target and said, I want to steal up to this much, then niende zangu. You understand?
Yes.
But people don't know how much is enough for them. You know? And we all like
that's a
quoting,
mindset,
yes,
correct?
we all like quoting Philippians 4:13. I can do all things
through Christ. Yeah.
who strengthens me. But remember, it's a condition.
Yes.
There's a condition up there.
Before the 13.
Yes, Paul is telling the Philippians, listen, guys, I'm not saying this because I have enough. I'm saying this because I have learned the art of contentment.
Yes.
Through plenty and in lack.
Yeah.
And therefore, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Come
so
on,
if you're going
Shanda,
through a
preach.
season,
Yes.
find contentment. Don't
Find
get used to it. Find contentment.
Yeah.
Because
Learn from
yes,
it.
Yes.
Because you're getting out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Ecclesiastes slowly tells us about seasons. So we know the
Yes.
seasons and we need to
Yes.
stay prepared for them.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Are you sure you're not a pastor? You're not a preacher? Shanda? I like what you've told us.
Yeah.
So there are three things.
Yeah.
One,
Number one,
get rid of your disposable income.
Get rid
that
of it.
baby's going to kill you.
Yes.
And then number two,
Gain wisdom.
gain wisdom. And number three, find contentment. Remember the question of the young man who got the inheritance from his grandfather? Should he sell that?
I mean, why should you die of poverty and you have inheritance that is not adding value?
Say that one more time.
Why are you dying in poverty and you have inheritance?
Young man.
And that's the problem I have with today's
Generation.
You amass a lot of wealth, but it's not serving a purpose.
It's not serving a
not
purpose.
If the good book tells you a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's
Yes,
children,
yeah.
an inheritance is supposed to propel you to another level.
Correct.
Faster.
Yes.
But what's the point of having that land?
And by the way, we never sell inheritance.
Yeah.
Just know it's a curse. We don't sell inheritance.
But then why is it there in the first place? Because you think about it.
Yeah. Do you think he's lazy?
No.
Because it's right there.
First of all,
Yeah.
it's what has been planted in him. Remember, if your uncle had 100 acres, your
Yes.
great-grandfather had 100 acres.
Yes.
Then your grandfather, he had 4 children and he divided among the 4.
Yes.
So each has 25.
Yes.
So your grandfather had 4 sons, your fathers. Each were given 4.
Yes.
You divide that, they are getting around 6
something,
acres,
yes,
isn't
yeah,
it? Then you kwenyu mko wanne. So 6 divided by 4.
There
so
we go,
up
yeah.
to what point do you do that? And one of the things I've seen somewhere in these areas of past Ngong, you find people who inherited land is becoming smaller and smaller, but the value is higher. So what they're doing, they're selling off and buying more land deeper.
Deeper.
You understand? So that they can
Hinterland.
subdivide
Yeah,
more.
hinterland, right.
But I want you if you're relying on your father's inheritance.
Oh, come on. Wake up, my friend. If you're listening to Amos this morning, then you know. Then you know that you know that you know. We need to change our mindset.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we need to change when it comes to money. And I love what you said about the women and the fact that we have, you for the
Lakini pesa
president.
ikiwa yenyu.
Amos, we thank you. Thank you so much for taking time to show up in the studio. You've told us about I think we dealt with the Bitcoin, yeah? But thank you so much for showing up in the studio and just leading us in a particular direction. We are looking forward to hosting you again because we believe you have a lot of wisdom. If you have any questions for our guest, remember you can head to his pages at Money Clinic KE. You've had his shorting part, 3 of those deals. Write them down so that you can remember those wonderful thoughts. And dude, we're thankful.
Karibu sana.
Yeah, I really hope you play well in basketball today and beat Fids. But remember,
Who's that?
Yeah, Fids, the man with the middle name Buckets. Yeah,
I don't know him. You should be knowing me.
Good stuff. And your book, one more time. The book is called
Turnaround Solutions. Once you come to my page, just order.
Yeah.
Just inbox. You
Yes.
get a copy, and then you can get it.
I love that.
Yeah, it only goes for 1,000 bob.
Only for 1,000 bob, and don't think it's too much, folks. It's not too much. You need this kind of stuff. And also, if ladies or moms or dads, you can gather children together. Can you speak to children about money?
Children, domestic workers, bosses.
Oh, you got a program for
managers,
domestic workers.
Everybody. If someone can count money, they need to learn about the money.
If you can count money, you need to learn about the money.
Yeah.
You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank
and we're looking forward to having you again.
Asante.
96.9 FM. Pearl Radio.